it wouldn't be a video if he wasn't being held in my lap the whole time. Hi guys, I'm Jana. This is Merlin. We are going to be going over my release radar. These are the books that are on my radar for the month of February. This is a very fantasy heavy month, and I've kind of been joking with my friends that I'm in my fantasy era. So let's see. Hopefully my cat is not purring so loud that it's very distracting. It's also raining today, so the lighting might be a little weirder than normal, but that's fine. We will move on. You don't watch me for good lighting. I know that. So let's jump right into it. The first release on my radar for this month is on February 6th, and it's Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is a werewolf vampire romance. I've heard it's lightly Omega-versy, and I am so excited to try and get to this. One of my friends just read it and gave it 5 stars. I feel in my bones that this is a 5-star read for me. There is no way it's not going to be a 5-star read for me. One, the cover, gorgeous. Also, I've loved all of Ali Hazelwood's books. Only one of them has been a 5-star for me, and that was Love on the Brain, but I feel like this is going to be number 2. Also coming out February 6th is Tales of the Celestial Kingdom by Sue Lynn Tan, who of course is the author of the Daughter of the Moon Goddess duology, which I love and adore. I just wanted to show you this cover because she's gorgeous. This is the UK edition, which I had to have because it's prettier than the other one. I did order the Fairy Loot edition of Tales of the Celestial Kingdom. I've given both of these books 5 stars, so I think this is just also going to warm my little heart. I love this world. I'm thinking of just doing a reread. I might as well. This duology was a roller coaster ride for me, emotionally, physically, spiritually. It reset my brain in a few ways, so I can't wait to have a little bit more of this world. Then on February 8th, we have Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling. This is an FF Dark Academia romance. I believe it's a novella, so it's shorter in length, but I am so hyped. I'm hoping that this is only one of the first more popular romance authors to write FF. I need it to become more popular. I need it to become a trend. I want to see way more FF this year. I'm prioritizing reading more FF this year, and this one just seems amazing, and I can't wait to read it. It seems very almost dark and stormy. I almost hope it rains the day this comes out. I don't know. It just seems like that would be good vibes. And then just to continue on the Dark Academia train, on February 13th comes out An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson. This is the author who wrote A Dowry of Blood. I really enjoyed that book. I think this one is also going to be right up my alley. It's gothic, it's Dark Academia, obviously, probably some romance. It's just going to be a recipe for all of the things I love and adore. And it also says it's a tale of blood, secrets, and insatiable hungers. Which, vampires? Vampires? Yes, please. Oh, and this one is also FF. So, love that for me. Also, on February 13th is going to be How You Get the Girl by Anita Kelly. I've read the first book this author came out with, which was Love and Other Disasters. And this one is a workplace rom-com, but the workplace is, one of them is a coach of the high school basketball team. And then I think the other one is a mom of one of the players. So I love that. I got a little nervous when I was reading that it took place on a high school basketball team, because they mention the coach first and then say it takes place in a high school basketball team. And I was please don't let it be one of the players. But I read further on, and don't worry, this is adults, adult romance. And I want to give this author another shot, even though I didn't totally love their first one. Obviously, first books can sometimes be very different from what the author keeps coming out with. So I can't wait to read this one. On February 20th, we have A Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli. This author, I loved their first trilogy that came out. They write young adult fantasy. Their first book was The Last Samsara, which was like a dragon-centered fantasy. And this one is Witch and Witch Hunter. So say less. And it says that it's a steamy game of cat and mouse. And what I really liked about The Last Samsara was the connection in the romance. She really gets tension right. And so even though this is YA, I feel like you really get into the emotions and it doesn't come off like younger YA. It doesn't feel like immature, like everything feels earned. Also, this cover is just gorgeous. And I haven't picked her up in a few years, so I'm hoping to jump back into it and start with this one, and maybe that'll get me to read some of the books that came out in between her first trilogy and this book. And then also on February 20th is going to be A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. And I love this cover. Like this cover, she's gorgeous. This is also going to be another YA fantasy. This one is vampire historical fiction, and it says it's perfect for fans of Six of Crows. And I am a fan of Six of Crows, so I think this is going to be for me. I'm really hoping that I can get more into YA fantasy this year. Last year, actually, it came as a surprise to me that I was enjoying and picking up more YA fantasy. I didn't pick up a lot, but I'm hoping that this just will help me continue the trend. And I did not read this author's first duology, but I would really like to go back and read it. On February 27th, we have A Fate of Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. This is the author of the Bridge Kingdom series. This one sounds like it's Vikings, which I love. It's also going to be mythology, fantasy romance, all the things that you love from Daniel L. Jensen is going to be in this one. And it sounds like this one's going to be a war with gods, an unwanted marriage, but she dreams of becoming a warrior. Sounds great. I will be there. Also on February 27th is going to be Lore in the Wilds by Annalee Sabrana. This looks amazing. It's going to be another YA romance, fantasy, fae, magic, all the delicious things that I want. Going to be honest, this one is mainly because I've seen the cover coming around, and also I believe one of my friends got an early arc of this and told me it was really good, so I'm hoping to pick this one up as well. And this one has to do with a library with a deadly enchantment, so sign me up. So those are all of the books that are on my radar. Also, can you see him? Merlin. He's like on this shelf. Anyway, we will let him live his life. Those are all of the books that I'm excited for that are coming out in February. Please let me know if I am missing something that you are very excited for. I hate to have FOMO, so please let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.